Knowing how to read is a skill that many kids take for granted, but for those with challenges, where do they turn?
Well, our next two guests know the answer. It's reading specialist Tina Baushatz and optometrist Amy Thomas. They're here to tell us about the Reading Therapy Center. It's nice to have you both.
Oh, thank you. Good to be here.
Such an important skill to have, to read, and to be able to learn that early on, even if you do have challenges. So what need did you see in the community that led you to start this center?
Well, as a reading specialist outside of the school, I had parents coming to me frequently saying that their child's particular needs weren't being met in the school. Schools are great, they do everything they can, but sometimes there's a small percentage of children who need that kind of intensive, individualized, one-on-one expertise.
Right.
And the needs seem to be overwhelming, so I opened up the Reading Therapy Center to address that need.
Yeah, so talk about the approach that you take.
So we use what's called an Orton-Gillingham multi-sensory phonics-based approach. We use a very intensive, twice a week, hour-long sessions that are explicit and direct instruction and individually tailored to each student's needs.
And you know, it's so important too to make sure that the eye health and that the mechanism of the eyes is working properly to help them read. That sometimes that could be the roadblock. And Dr. Thomas, I imagine that's where you fit in here.
Yes, because how can you read without your vision, right? Yeah, go ahead and close your eyes. So what I do is I get a hold of the kids that are struggling to get their eyes to work together as a team to be able to land on the page at the same time. Quite a few of these kids have already been to the eye doctor a couple times, and they've either been given glasses or been told everything was perfect because they're 20/20. The skills that you need to read, yes, you do need 20/20-ish, but you also need to be able to focus your eyes. You need to have endurance when you do get on the page. You need to be able to find your place, jump to the right place, that type of thing. Otherwise, you're not going to read smoothly. So I come in whenever any of her kids end up having problems with the fluency part. So I make sure they can get the information in. She works with it once it's in there.
Because kids can't express that sometimes. Like, I don't know why it's not working, and we immediately associate that with not having that 20/20 vision.
Yes.
So how young are we talking? What are the ages?
So at the Reading Therapy Center, we take kiddos from pre-kinder, so like 4 years old, all the way through young adults in their 20s. And that's where we actually have the majority of parents come to us when their child's maybe 4th grade, 3rd grade, and by then the child feels defeated a little bit.
Self-esteem's down.
Yeah.
Right. So our first job is to repair their relationship with reading. I'm not worried ever about getting the child to read or within a year getting them really close to grade level, but more about the relationship and enjoying reading.
Yes, exactly.
Such a strong thing to think about, isn't it? Repair their relationship with reading, because it really could affect their confidence, their self-esteem.
Oh, everything.
And I'm sure you hear that from students that you help. What are you hearing from them and the results they're getting?
So sometimes the kids get bullied even to talk about that, because they're reading out loud in school and it's not fluent, and it's so the results that we get are pretty they're striking. After about a month, parents will see changes in the child's ability to read, how they're what's called word attack, so how they go into a word that's unfamiliar and they'll break down every sound or even start using chunking and syllables to help them read the word, decode the word.
And what I love about her is the kids that I get from her, they always come in and say, I can make a mistake now. And there's nothing wrong.
That's powerful.
It's
So she
kind of
does a good
heartbreaking
job.
in a way, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they've been stunted
So we
in
get
so
to-
many ways.
Yeah.
You get
So
to
they're
be
the good part,
They're willing to try.
Do you work with kids who have special needs?
Actually, we specialize in working with kids who have special needs. So they don't need to have a diagnosis. We can work with a child whether or not they have a diagnosis, even if it's just a suspected challenge. But anything from dyslexia to learning disabilities, Down syndrome, autism, even severe autism with kiddos who use augmentative communication devices. We teach everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it covers everything.
Covers everything.
It does.
And it's so different than what they're already getting in school, right?
Very different from what they're getting in school. In school, it's a little bit more cookie cutter. Teachers have one program and they might do a lot of the multisensory phonics-based instruction, but they're not able to take that one child and hone in on exactly what that child's barriers to learning are.
Right.
So then the kid kind of gets lost and further behind until they eventually hopefully find a specialist who can
She's got a skill for finding their language and making them understand what they need to know.
Do you help teachers do this? Is there teacher training?
Oh, yeah, I absolutely provide teacher training, and we get invited out quite a bit, actually, because they see such dramatic results and improvement in such a short period of time.
Yeah, got to get it started early. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And February Reading Therapy Center and Arizona Vision Therapy Center are joining together to offer $75 off on initial evaluation. So if you mention the Morning Blend, you will get that. For more information, you can call or text the Reading Therapy Center at 520-342-6530.